everyone, this is Akash from Astrix Inc. Today we are with one of the biggest surprise as we promised, Simplified. Simplified is a season started by Astrix for spreading a quality knowledge to the members from our side. As we know, C language was started by Dennis Ritchie in Bell Laboratories in early 1970s. It was basically developed for Unix platform, but in today's world we are using C language more in Windows than in Unix or Linux for that matter. That's the reason we are starting off with Windows first. Later, as the time proceeds, we'll push for ourselves to Linux. Now, today we are with level 1 of C language, that is structure of C programming. I'll just give few seconds, you can take a look of what structure of C language basically looks like, and on every level we're going to deal with each and every part of the structure of C language. The structure of C language can be mainly classified into 5 different parts, that is preprocessor commands. The next is type definitions. Next is function prototypes. Fourth one is variables. Fifth one is functions. As you see, function prototypes, it is again an optional thing what you're going to have in a structure of C language. It is basically used in K and RC but not in ANSI right now. Now, for today's level, we're going to deal with C processor commands. The first thing what you can see with C processor commands are this. First thing what you're going to see with the C programming is this: #include, the basic header files, int5, int I is equal to 5, what I've declared, it's called as a global variable. Then I'm giving main, printf, printing the value of I, then I'm returning it to the operating system and ending my loop. This is what a basic C language would look like. That is what I can show you right now. Now, the preprocessors would be of 3 different kinds again: unconditional directives, conditional directives, and other directives. Now, let's deal with each and every directive one at a time. First one is #include. What is #include used for? #include is basically used to import a particular header file into your program. For example, when you're using printf or scanf, you need to use stdio.h header file so that when you're compiling, the compiler will know that you're using printf or scanf. This processor is started before the main is being called. That is why it's called as preprocessor, as it says. Before the processing starts, this thing is carried out. Now, as soon as it sees #include stdio.h, it notifies the compiler that there is supposed to be any printf, scanf, fclear, or anything related to input, output, or file functions. That is it. For example, when you see this particular example, #include stdio.h, as soon as the compiler sees #include, it makes a note that there might be a printf or a scanf, or there might be fclear or anything which is related to input, output, or the file functions. That is the reason we are using it. Now, the next one is #define. #define is used to define a particular variable or anything for that matter. For instance, I can say #define max length space 20. Wherever you see the word max length, it finds that the whole word should be replaced with something called as 20. That is for the basic definition. Now, there might be a confusion. Okay, fine. What if I give #define char space int? Basically, before the #define starts, there is nothing like keywords or any reserved words or anything for that matter. Everything is a normal words which will be using. The keywords, everything act into place after the main function is started. So basically, #define is nothing but it defines a value to the variable whatever you want to give. For instance, here int for I is equal to 5 can be given as #define I space 5. #define I comma space. That can be done as #define I 5. This is what you can basically do. This is how you can define it globally also. The next is undef. The undef is nothing but undefined. Whatever you have defined so far can be undefined by using undef. So far we dealt with #if and #undef condition. Now, what if the next condition is, if this is not true, what next? For that we're going to use #else statement. That is, #if the condition is false, then come to #else, where you check for the condition, and again you end it with #end if directive. Please, people, make sure you use hash end if at the end of every if or else statement, and there should be one if statement and end if for every if statement. For instance, if you're using a nested if, then for every corresponding if there should be an end if statement. Please make a note about that. Next, hash def, if def. What does basically it means by hash if def? A thought. It's nothing but it is if the condition is true, it defines something. It's if define. In the same way, if end def is nothing but if undefined. If it's false, define. It's just that. So conditional directives we are done. Now let's go to other directives. Now this one might be a bit tricky. We have somewhere called as single hash and double hash. As we all know, hash is used for the preprocessors. Now what exactly can you think about it? As it says, single hash is stringization and double hash is token merge. Now single hash means it converts a macro into a string. For instance, if we have something like this, message of a comma b, which is being defined as printf a and sharp b again, and when you define a and b as some other value, then this values would be changed to the value that you would be basically defining. For instance, I can say message a comma b. If I send it as message of xy and db, then the printf statement would be changed as xy and db in the output. So basically it converts the macros into strings. The next one is token merge. The token merge is having two arguments, basically, that is double hash. Now what happens with token merge is you have a you have token of 34, and in a printf statement you use as xy equal to token double hash of n. Now this double hash of n would be replaced with 34 in the output. But how? It works in this way. Hash n means the number, it will take 34, and the hash would define that this 34 should be replaced with a token. That is nothing but a token merge. So far we did with preprocessor directives in level 1. We're going to deal with type definitions in level 2 of version 1.0. You can further catch us on Facebook /Astrix Inc. And for any doubts and clarifications, you can leave a comment out there and we'll get back to you within 24 hours with a satisfying solution. Till then, thank you all. Akash signing off from Astrix Inc. See us.